Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Flatter Sage. Um, Coming at you at my apartment this time instead of a car. So all you trolls out there who's like, oh, you dangerous driving, you're gonna kill somebody. I'm at home, so hopefully everyone can calm down now. Anyways, I wanted to do a quick video, uh, talk about the pharmaceutical company. And I feel like on my channel I haven't really talked about them. Um, but I wanted to just give my opinion and tell you about maybe some stuff you guys aren't aware of, maybe you guys already know. But just share my thoughts and feelings about it. Before I start off, my whole life I've been on all kinds of medications. Adderall, Zoloft, Ritalin, antidepressant. Probably can name it, and I'm probably taking it at one point in my life. I used to also take medications for my heart because I used to have heart problems as a child. Um, and I used to be someone besides that would be so quick to be ready to take a pill or anything like that to just try to get rid of their solutions. But it dawned on me, I think that everyone, whenever they use any sort of medication, you should always watch and observe how that medication affects you. And for example, when I was on Zoloft, I was very emotionless. Like, no emotions. I just didn't care about anything really. And it's like I guess I wasn't as depressed. I was still super depressed. But at the same time, I felt kind of like a robot, essentially. Going through motions and stuff like that. Not really being human. Not really feeling human, if that makes sense. And so my whole life I've been all through lots of those different medications. And I was always surprised because none of them seemed to help. But the doctors would swear that it does help. So, and then I was like, okay, well, maybe that's just me. And then over time, I started hearing my friends with similar stories talk about the same sort of thing. And I came down to a conclusion that these medications aren't curing or treating, they're just masking symptoms. It's like having a pile of shit and spraying it with Febreze and expecting it to smell better. It might smell a little bit better, but you can still smell shit. And I'm not on a personal goal to just blast the pharmaceutical company. However, I do think it's really discerning when we trust these people with our health and with our well-being, and we trust them with these medications that they prescribe us, and they're either making us sick or they're not doing anything. I mean, for crying out loud, think about most antidepressants. What's the most common side effect in most antidepressants? I hear it all the time on these antidepressant ads. Suicidal tendencies. No. No. That's not acceptable. You're going to them to help cure your depression, not make it worse, guys. Not exacerbate the problem. And then we go into things like flu shots. I've had flu shots before, plenty of times before, guys. Has not protected me from getting sick. In fact, I would end up getting sick shortly, a little while later, like most people. Again, these inoculations are merely masking your symptoms. When you get vaccines and get shots, there are certain things in these vaccines, and most people don't want to bother to even look into it at all. But for people who do look into it, there's several things that are common theme. In most of these inoculations, you're going to find mercury, a small bit of the virus. I can't confirm this, but but there's probably other heavy metals like barium and strontium. And also, you got a little bit of the virus, and something that a lot of people don't know is fetal cells. Yes, I said fetal cells. You know, like from a fetus. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want that in my medicine. I don't think that's beneficial. You can come in. But that's my thought. You guys can look into it some more if you want. But the stuff, it's not going to make you feel better. All it is, and there's a reason why they do it too. They basically, why they give you a little bit of the vaccine, or not a little bit of vaccine, a little bit of the virus. And the reason being is so that virus lays dormant in your system until a later date. And then, guess what? You're sick again. And guess what you got to do at that point? Go right back and spend more money. And just that process just repeats. And they keep getting money, and you aren't getting any better. Now, people are like, well, what do we do? We can't just suffer. There is an answer to these problems. And it's called herbal medicine. There's literally an herb that can help you with every single part of your body. But you have to you have to reject that fake medicine, as I call it. Because those herbs need to build up in your system. They take a little bit of time to build up in your system, but depending on whether you combine herbs with other herbs, or whether you use tinctures or what have you, there are ways to have these herbs hit your body faster. That stuff is real medicine, and I want to talk to the Christians specifically. Remember in Genesis, where God said, "And thus I give you all green seed-bearing herbs. To you it shall be as food." Now, a lot of people, when they think about that, they think cucumbers, tomatoes, potatoes, all those vegetables we know, spinach, lettuce, all that stuff. What he literally meant is all green herbs. Now, he said for food, but if you ponder that question a little bit more, you'll know why. It's because that stuff, those herbs, those plants, green seed-bearing herbs, they're real food. You see, God had us in mind when he created this. He already knew when he was creating the herbs. He's like, these are going to be for man. They're going to eat it. It's going to help to sustain their bodies. It's going to help keep them safe and healthy. And maybe even prolong their life a little bit longer. You wonder why people live so much longer back in the day? Maybe it's because they didn't have fake food back in the day. Maybe it was because they were eating real food. Just a thought. And I will say the FDA is not going to agree with me because they're out to make money. These herbs are more effective than over the counter. In fact, for example, St. John's wort. There have been multiple studies conducted on this with evidence suggesting that it is actually better than these over-the-counter antidepressants. And I can even attest to it as well because I've taken St. John's wort. St. John's wort, it's really good and it's really effective. I have depression issues myself, and you know, every now and then when I don't currently have St. John's wort, I ran out, but whenever I do have it, I'll brew it into a nice tea. Just sit down, relax, and you know, about 30 minutes time, I start feeling a little bit better. So I guess this is kind of this is going to be like a warning slash an informative kind of video on the dangers of the pharmaceutical company. And I'm about to go right now, guys. You guys can research more, but I want to leave you guys with one thought. Or not one thought, but one final bit of information. Research. Try these herbs. See which ones work. See which ones don't work for you. And I guarantee you will find herbs that will work way better than this quote-unquote medicine. And the final words I should say is, don't trust the pharmaceutical company. You know, trust in God and trust in yourself. Use your own better judgment. And keep in mind at the same time that these people that make these medications are in it to fill their pockets. They want Ferraris and Lamborghinis just like the rest of us do. You know? And they're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. If you guys are interested, there's plenty of books on herbal medicine out there. You guys go head over to your library, check it out. You know, like I said, do some research. Try some of these herbs. See for yourself, guys. Because I know plenty of people. I've heard plenty of success stories. And I'm talking about from people who have serious issues like cancer and stuff like that. They have serious cancer like Hodgkin's lymphoma, leukemia. I believe one of my subscribers has been diagnosed with breast cancer. Herbs can help with that too. But just don't take it one time and expect for it to completely heal you. You have to take it over a prolonged period of time. But over time, while you're taking it, your issue should get better. And that's all I got to say, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Hope everyone's doing well right now. I love all you guys. Peace.